Hi there, John here. Hello. For our next installment of Connecting Through Magic, we're going to use the principle that we talked about yesterday, and I'm going to do the trick first, and then I will explain it. Now, I'm playing two parts. I'm playing the part of the spectator, and I'm playing the part of the magician. And this is a trick called Do As I Do, because the spectator, hello, that's me, will be doing what I do, the magician. So, we have a deck of cards, and we're going to shuffle the deck. And I shuffle the deck. It doesn't matter how we shuffle, but we shuffle the deck like that. And we square up the deck, and that squaring up the deck is when all the edges are smooth. And that's called squaring up the deck, or squaring the deck. But there we are. So we squared up the deck. Here, I'll just give it another shuffle like that. And then they do the same. And they can do this while you're doing it. They can overhand shuffle. And they square up the deck. There we are. Then we go through and have them pick a card and we look at it. So I look at it, we're there, and we cut the deck, and I have them do the same thing. They look at the card. That's the card they've looked at. They put it on the top and they cut the deck. All right, there we are. Now we switch decks. Just like that. We switch decks. Now I am going to find the card that I picked in their deck. I'll go through here. Let's see here. We'll go through and find the card that they picked. There we are. Yeah, I've got that. And they're going to find the card that they had picked. And they're going to find it. Works out well when you have two spectators, because you don't have to remember both parts. So there we are. Out of my deck, they've selected the card that they've picked, and out of their deck, I've selected the card I've picked. Then we, here, I'm gonna move this back here, just like that. There we go. Then in that, I have them turn over the card that they picked, the Six of Hearts, and then I turn over the card that I had picked, the Six of Hearts. All right, so how this is done is using the principle that we talked about yesterday called the key card. And the beautiful part about this is that, and you'll find out this in Magic, is that one principle can be used for a lot of different effects or different applications. And this one, again, is using the key card, but the beautiful part about having two decks, and I'm shuffling, and they're shuffling. You might not realize it, but there is more times than not that when someone's shuffling and they square up the deck, see what I'm doing right there? I'm flashing the bottom card. And the people do that, they'll shuffle, they'll get done, and somehow they'll flash the bottom. All right? So they'll flash the bottom, and if they don't, there's ways that you can do it. You could also, you shuffle the cards like this, and then after you've shuffled the cards, if you haven't got a glimpse of their bottom card, let's say they're shuffling, but they keep it all into the bottom, what you can do is you've shuffled the cards, you look at the bottom of your deck, so I know it's the Three of Clubs, and then you switch decks. And that's when you start the trick. So you know that on the bottom of their deck is the Three of Clubs. Pretty cool. So from here on, it's just window dressing. They've shuffled. You know the card is the Three of Clubs. You've either glimpsed their bottom card, so you know that's the key card, or you've switched decks already. So Three of Clubs, and so you spread this out. They spread this out. You look at a card, and you know what? You don't care what this card is. You look at it, but you don't remember it all. You look, you put it on the top, and then you cut the deck. You have them do the same. They look at a card, the Five of Hearts, and they're here, and they cut the deck. So you know that the Three of Clubs is going on top of their card. So when you switch decks again, you say, now we're going to go through the deck and we're going to find the card that you selected in my deck. So I go through, and all I'm looking for is the Three of Clubs. I look for the 3 of clubs, I find the 3 of clubs, and right underneath that is the 5 of hearts, and I pull that out and I lay it down. And I say, there's the card that I selected. And they go through, and of course they're gonna find the same card, because that was the card they selected. They're gonna put that down. And you say, all right, so now turn over the card that you selected, and they do that, and you go, you know, that's amazing. We did everything the same, and because of that, everything turned out just right. So another application of the key card. This is a great way. It masks the key card principle, especially with the switching of the decks and the shuffling and the spreading and the cutting. It really is a powerful trick. There are so many ways to do a do as I do effect. This is one of the simplest, but just because it's simple doesn't mean it isn't powerful. So give it a try, and I hope you'd enjoyed it. And tomorrow we will show another application of the key card. All right, we'll see you then.